Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, Rudy Page. Good to see you all again. And I've got two great guests this afternoon. We've got Sakina and SHAREE from Windscream Posse.
Scream, yes.
Scream, as in, when we're driving around Kingston and we scream, no, I do not want my window washed.
Exactly.
You got it.
All right, so I'm really pleased that you're both here. So tell us a bit about yourselves as individuals first, and background, professional career, your interests.
Sure. You want to jump off?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fine. Okay. Hi. Okay. My name is SHAREE McDonald Russell, aka SHAREE ELISE. I've been performing for quite some time, for a long time. I started out with a group called SHAREE. We've been to England many times, actually. Leicester mostly.
Okay. That's up in the Midlands.
That's up in the Midlands, right?
Yeah.
So we performed sing, dance, act. That was my background, and then switched to just acting with Jambiz International in the early 2000s, and it's been great since then. And and I record as well. I'm a recording artist, so working on that as well. So the table kind of full, even though the thing there, even though the pandemic hit we and kind of throw we back a little bit, we're still working, still creating, because creatives never stop creating. So.
Yeah, and it's been a time for reflection as well, hasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
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 Definitely. New. Let me say, it's time to reflect and go in. Exactly. Go inside and bring out stuff that you unearth things you never thought you had. Like I started painting more. I used to do that a little bit, but I started doing all kind of things. Start bake, all kind of something. So when they say, "What you do? Bake?" I said, "Yes, baking." So lots of things that you never thought you had, and that's in itself is rich. Yeah. So I keep telling people you have to give thanks. Even though it seems like it's bleak. You really have to give thanks for this opportunity to just discover and uncover so many other things that you never thought you had, but you actually do.
Great, thanks. Sakina, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Sakina Deer. Don't usually use Deer much, so it's just Sakina. I am an actress. I am a television host for Television Jamaica. I am a mommy. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all the other mommies. And of course, I am a part of the fantastic cast of Windscream Posse. Right now, I keep forgetting. I am the second runner-up of the Jamaica Festival competition, song competition. So that's where the singing comes in anytime anybody asks. So yeah, but Jambiz is my home, and I have been performing with them now for 8-9 years almost. Yeah, and the time goes by very quickly. We can't usually call last year a performance year. However, we did get Windscream Posse on tape, so we are performing. If you want to hear anything upstairs, that would be the child that I had. She's probably jumping up and down right over my head. But that's who we are now. We are creatives, as SHAREE says, and we have never stopped creating. And so we have had to pivot. We've had to find another way to get our passion out to you. And this is the only way we know how. Jamaica is a little toops behind when it comes on to digitizing everything. And so as much as we are making steps forward, we are just coming out with our version, and we are so happy to be able to put it out there for you. We can't wait to see what everybody going to think from yesterday evening into tomorrow. So
excellent. And of course, there is a website address for people to go to as well, isn't there?
Yes.
SHAREE, remember it?
Yeah, it's right here. I have it in front of me because it's kind of long. So the short version of it, because somebody told me to just go onto Centerstage Facebook page
Right.
Centerstage Jamaica Facebook page, and you see everything. You see the post. That's the easiest thing because it's a long link.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
carry
but
that
just in
online
case
dot.
them don't do, yeah, just in case them don't do Facebook, I know there are some people, you can
Yeah.
go to go.caribtix, that's tix+.com/centerstage. Me say it again, quite long for you, Sharee was right. go.caribtix+.com/centerstage. And then they'll give you the whole way through. You pay
And
for
the
your
tips
ticket, and then you're
is
given
here.
a code. The code sends you to where you're supposed to be, and then from you start watching the show, literally, guys, from you press play, you have 2.5 hours to watch it. So if you press play and decide, so you have to go cook the dinner after that, and when you come back, you think say that go dead for you watch it. It not go dead. You have to go pay again.
Right.
So cook the dinner first.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the baby's fed. Settle up yourself with your plate and everything in front of your big screen TV. Get out your fork and everything and make sure everybody ready, and then press play, right? Follow my advice.
Sounds like good advice, and you might have to give that again at the end of this
Right,
dialogue.
right. And I must say, I'm also speaking, I alternate on the stage production, but this production actually includes Keisha Patterson, who plays the role that I alternate on stage. So I'm not on screen, but I am also talking as a choreographer because we have movement and music in the play, which I choreographed and
Right.
actually helped to produce
Yeah.
the music side
Excellent.
of
And I was going to ask you, so give us the background to the backstory and the thinking and
Hold on, Sakina.
the concept and who came up with the idea and why and everything.
We have to big up, of course, Patrick Brown, who is our writer-director, and our co-director, Trevor Neer. Now, he has been penning plays for the last almost 30 years. And he's a very recognized name, not just in Jamaica, but worldwide in the diaspora. If you know anything about Jamaican plays, you must know the name Patrick Brown. And we come to you with a fantastic cast, including Glen, Titus, Campbell, Courtney Wilson, David Crossgill, and of course, Keisha Patterson and SHAREE McDonald-Russell. But if you drive in Jamaica, you know how this goes. Every stoplight you get to within the corporate area, there are a group of boys who, or sometimes girls, who don't have anywhere else to be, unfortunately, and to try and make a money, to try hustle a money, them have these squeegees and them spray a window with a bag of water. We not even know if the water clean or dirty, but it look like it have in soap. Them spray the water and then them squeegees off and then them beg your little tea. That is just part of the routine. And sometimes it gets to the point where it becomes very frustrating for any motorist to have to go through that at every single stop sign. And it's so funny, but most of the time, you as a motorist never ever think about how those children, how those people got themselves to that point. And so this is a story from the perspective of the people who are actually hustling and actually begging the little money, and seeing how, when, where, why their lives ended up like that, how them have to live, why them have to beg the money, what they go through. Sometimes people throw things out the window after them. You know, it's a whole story. And in the way that Patrick does it best, he makes it comedic, because it seems like Jamaican people can only be reached when they laugh. So you make them laugh and then you make them think. And so that is the basis of the story. It's a family-oriented play. Everybody can come together and watch it. And I think the music gets to the kids, because that's what my daughter likes most. So, and of course, SHAREE has made the movements hard as we can manage, but they're very interesting and fitting. So yeah, that's the basis of this this piece that we put together.
Interesting. So SHAREE, what was the creative challenge you faced then in terms of your work, given the
we can't dance.
besides that
well, let me tell you something. It's a lot. People don't understand what goes into a theatric piece. They think that you just write and jump on the stage and everything good, and you just talk to a line and everything nice. But trust me, we spent almost 2.5 months rehearsing and everything. And that is while we are actually doing another play. So we have to remember what we're doing now and then go into rehearsals and remember those lines. And of course, you mentioned Patrick Brown, him not play. So one of the challenges is meeting that demand of producer, director, writer, and getting into your character, as well as taking on all those different elements, the singing and the dancing and everything together. A lot of people can't do them all together. Yeah. And that was the main challenge when it comes to pieces like this, because a lot of people aren't exposed to musical theater, so they don't know how to sing. You have to stop and be like, okay, so sing now. Okay, while you move, talk. Yeah, okay, so while you talk.
We are trying your word, bro.
Okay, so while you
I was going to say, present company accepted, of course.
It's exciting as well as challenging, and yeah, I'm bringing them all together is, you know, is the challenge in itself. Yeah. So it's a good, and it can be a very exciting and wonderful experience, as well as it can be devastating. To the actor, speaking for myself, especially if one does not deliver the kind of performance that one is required to deliver. I tell you, man, it's like, I always tell people, actors have to be intelligent. They have to be smart. You have to be able, because people always ask me, oh, you remember, what we pick up every night? You have to pick up the things at the right place. You have to put them down at the right place. You have to make sure so the timing is right. So that, and then our audience is so responsive that we wait to them, know when to wait to stop and make them laugh and take over, because them are talked away while they're on the stage. So while they're talking, and you know, see how going over there's a girl, why is that? They think it's a television, so they're talking to us, and we have to wait for them to stop. And so a lot of things go into it. Trust me, it's very challenging.
Yeah. Very interesting. So did you get the opportunity to kind of speak with any of the young people prior to once you knew that you were going to take part? Did you decide to go and have a word with any of them at all?
Yeah, usually we have the opportunity to do our character sketching, to make our characters full, and it's up to the actor how they would like to, you know, place together. So yeah, when we drive past, if they're receptive enough to speak to them, we talk to them. But usually most of the background work in terms of putting together the reality of the piece comes from the writer, but the intricacies of the character come from the actor. So it's, you know, the pieces of what we wanted to make our character. So my character, her name is Pretisha. They call her Pretty Dance. She's not as smart as the average bear. And and so and of course, remember that we are adults playing children. So it's like going all the way back. And children nowadays are not, when we were kids, you know, it's not the same. They've got cell phones and they're blogging and vlogging and doing all manner of things. And so it was a part of character research, yes, to talk to the people who were on the front lines at the stoplights, but it was also trying to get ourselves into a childlike mentality, to get back to those kids. So it was talking to school children, watching how they post on Instagram or on YouTube, seeing how they move. They have way more energy than we have. I tell you that is the first thing. They have a lot of energy, and I am like, my battery is on E most of the time. So to find that energy is like a big challenge. But yeah, the research went into it from different aspects.
And of course, Mr. Brown does his amazing research way before. Because, you know, he does that and makes sure that everything is on point, and he brings different elements to it, because a lot of people don't realize the girls, and we have three girls. One of them, you know,
was a sure about.
You're like,
okay, but that for a surprise.
One of the line them say, what? But what they do from the perspective of a girl being on that, and the situation they find themselves in, and you live in a certain place, people don't understand, people don't get it, So from the fact say, and when people watching, I want you to think that these are 12-year-olds,
Okay.
14-year-olds,
I'm
15-year-olds,
Yeah.
15, and those people are the people that we represent. And if you can think about that while watching it, then it will impact. It will, it hit different. It will hit real different.
Suspended belief, I think they call it.
Yes.
There you go. Rudy, you got there.
Right. But then, if you think about the situation, trust me, it's really rough out there. Really rough. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
you never know.
Okay. And of course, because it's online, it can be accessed any time of the day.
Yeah.
Anytime.
You know
It's
how
actually
long?
available to you now, and it was available since Friday evening, and it will be available until midnight on Sunday evening.
Right.
So, however, you have to access it and watch it between the 2.5 hours you are allotted, or you're going to have to pay for another ticket.
Yeah. So here in the UK, then that would be into Monday morning then, in terms of Jamaica time difference between Jamaica and the UK and Jamaica and the US.
Right.
So it will be about Monday morning.
Like
Monday 6 a.m. Monday morning. That would be it.
Yeah.
And it's $14.99 US.
Okay.
For a ticket, so you can
and mind you, one ticket can serve for your whole family. So it's not a situation where everybody has to be like, oh, I need to buy one. If you are with family and you're in your household and you want to treat your mommy to something special, you just sit down and you can do that. You can, like a lot of people in the States I hear, are planning watch parties. So they're having a watch party and one ticket serves for the entire household. We're not encouraging you to do that. If you want to spend your own and buy one ticket, that's fine with us.
Right. But, it works that way.
If it is that you want to treat your mom or your family to that, that would be wonderful. Yeah,
that's great. Great.
And this is another plus for the pandemic, because people who were normally not exposed to the fact that a Jamaican theater at its highest level, if I may say, that people don't see that online very often. I think the last thing they saw from Jambiz was Class of 73, which has been playing for much years now, 15 years, with Oliver Samuels and Glen and stuff like that. But now with the new Jambiz family, it's just as funny, it's just as, and people know Glen Titus Campbell from Titus. Sometimes people say, Titus, oh yes, me not member, me just a member, say Titus in company. Yeah, so Titus is the main character, and we all are there with supportive characters around it. And trust me, it's funny, because when Glen opened his mouth at the first, everything mash up. It's hilarious. You understand? So when sometimes we're in the theater with certain things, and of course Courtney brings the comedy as well, Courtney Wilson. Sometimes when him start talk, we have to stop for like 5 minutes. Laugh first. So imagine you don't have that in our house. Just
and you can pause.
And you can
and press play again.
Yeah. Papa said, no, wait. And I
hear that again.
You want to hear that again? What I just say. Yeah. So it's amazing that everybody can now partake of that and see that and get that and get back in touch with culture and our roots and everything and be entertained fully.
And what's good about this approach, which is important now as we come out of the pandemic, is that you can create, or you are creating, some new audiences as well for Jamaican culture, which is that may be some people's their first route into Jamaican culture, then want to visit the island, meet more of the people, which is great.
We hope that is so, and that we will now reach a wider audience. Obviously, with it being virtual, we can reach a wider audience, but we're hoping that this will incite a kind of passion for theater that has been, disintegrating because people haven't been seeing it. So we're hoping, and we're so blessed and so honored to be a part of your household this weekend. And we hope that it definitely will get your wheels turning again to be a part of our theatrical presentation. Come to Jamaica soon when they're allowed and see the actual thing on stage.
Great. So so just to end then, if you want to just give us the access details again, which you mentioned earlier on.
Well, as SHAREE says, you can go to the Centerstage Jamaica Facebook page and get all the information
Or
step by
Instagram
step,
page.
or Instagram page.
Mhm.
And follow us, by the way, on those two social media pages. We'd love for you to do so. Or if you're not doing social media, you can go to go.caribtixtixplus.com/centerstage. And of course, you'll get your code and you can watch it. You're entitled to 2.5 hours of watch time. So make sure you're ready before you sit down. Okay? All right.
Great.
The whole family can enjoy. And it's on for the whole weekend. And Mother's Day weekend until midnight, Sunday night, generally, and for the UK and Europe in the morning, the wee hours for those insomnia.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think you two make a great double act, so hopefully you'll come up with creative programs.
We've been working together for a long time.
All right. Yes,
we know when one drop off, and I said, and we know that when one forget, we're like, no, weird. No, down the road, he forgot.
Oh yes, down the road.
Great. So Windscream Posse.
Thank you for having us, Rudy. Yes, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
We're not gonna laugh. Trust me, we're not gonna laugh. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna fun times.
Thank you very much. And have a great day.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you. Right. And bye to all. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Shout out to you guys. Definitely. Love you.
We call it Reggae Mother's Day. Fresh
FM Reggae Mother's Day, because they have another Mother's Day.
Anything with reggae attached to it. Anything with reggae attached to it, that'll make it even more.
All right. So actually, once you're both here, just give a big shout out to Fresh FM Radio London, please. From the two.
Okay. SHAREE, you want to sing? Because SHAREE, a big thing.
Oh, you can sing. Wait, I'll sing now.
The two always sing. Stop it. It always. They should have something.
Yeah, our theme is Fresh FM Radio London, inspired music and culture.
That long.
Yeah, Rudy, give it a new script now.
That's your script. That's your script now. Fresh FM Radio London.
Fresh FM. Okay, Fresh FM Radio London.
Inspired music and culture. The team will be so happy.
Okay.
You remember the second part, SHAREE? Me remember my first part.
What remember? Inspired what?
Right, inspired music and culture. So I'm your director now, aren't I?
Yes,
yes, you are.
Now, SHAREE, inspired music and culture.
All right, good.
And Sakina will say Fresh FM Radio London.
All right, let's go.
We split it up.
We're ready.
Ready.
On behalf of the Jambiz team, this is Sakina and SHAREE. We are representing for Fresh FM Radio London.
Inspired. What?
You just feel it.
Exactly. We was going so well.
No, she tag on a year time. Me know say my time. Why she tell me say my time? I mean know say my time.
All you had to say was inspired music and culture. That's it.
Yeah, we're ready again.
Yeah, all right. Here we go.
From the top.
Inspired music and culture. Inspired music and culture.
Hey, you ready?
So let's go again.
On behalf of Jambiz International, this is Sakina and SHAREE. We are representing for Fresh Radio London.
No, Fresh FM Radio London.
Some other say, you see how SHAREE spoiled up my thing?
You see what we got through at the time, Rudy?
I can see now. I look forward to meeting Patrick Brown one day.
So he can tell you all of the trouble that we're giving on stage. I'm sure he would.
Trouble we ain't got through.
I'm sure he would. Last time. Ready?
Yeah. Fresh FM.
Me get it. On behalf of Jambiz International, this is Sakina Deer and SHAREE ELISE representing for Fresh FM Radio London.
Inspired music and culture.
Great rap. That's a wrap. See you all again soon.
You see, we're getting
having us. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. All right. Bye.